I think if I hear you call me Becky one more time, six-pack, I'm gonna pop your tops. All six of them.
Who are you?
This is Matt once again. We're about to another review. This is one of two reviews for JS. Thank you so much. If anyone ever interested in requesting pretty much any type of videos, you can either do so by going and joining my Patreon or send a request directly via my PayPal. The links are down below in the info box. If not, no worries, but if so, thank you. Now, the review for today is a film called Lean On Me from 1989, directed by John G. Avildsen. Of course, the same man that gave us Rocky and The Karate Kid, and starring Morgan Freeman. Now, it's based on a true story about Joe Clark, who went into this school that was filled with crime and drugs, and with his unorthodox measures, he cleaned up the school. Just the whole point is that the school is going to be taken over by the state government of New Jersey unless the students improve their test scores on this minimum basic skill test. And it shows him in the 60s. Pretty much they're going to send him to another school, and he's like, oh, you're going to regret this. And then 20 years later, the nice school is now filled with graffiti and drugs and crime and all that stuff. Funny, I haven't seen this film in a while, so I forgot that when that happens, Guns N' Roses' Welcome to the Jungle plays. That was a nice surprise because I like that song. Probably my favorite, one of my favorite Guns N' Roses songs. And Morgan Freeman steals the show. I mean, Morgan Freeman, the rest of the film is fine. The supporting cast, the story, the music. But what really makes the film work is Morgan Freeman. I thought Morgan Freeman, I am surprised he was not nominated for Golden Globe Oscars. If he was, I couldn't find it. I couldn't find the info on it. If he wasn't, that's a fucking shame. Because I don't mind his role in Driving Miss Daisy, but I thought this performance was much more impactful and energetic. If I'm comparing Driving Miss Daisy's performance to this, I thought this was even more of a performance. Because Joe Clark seemed to be this guy that was a mix of a preacher man, teacher, and Martin Luther King. Like, if you put all three of these together, just the way Morgan Freeman spoke and how he was attacking the situation and how he gave no fucks. Zero fucks. Like when he's talking to the teachers, no one touched my meetings. No one. He's like it's tense. He's like a drill sergeant. Discipline is not the enemy of enthusiasm. And he must have fucking hurt his voice because he yells a lot in this movie. But I never found it to be over the top. I never found it to be heavy-handed. I never found it to be laughable. But Morgan Freeman is a great actor. I would say my favorite role of his is still The Shawshank Redemption, but This is pretty damn good. And as a principal, he has unorthodox methods. And he has the help of an old friend, Robert Gulami, who I remember he was in a film called Wanted Dead or Alive with Rutger Hauer, which I enjoy. He's been in other stuff too. I believe he was in Death Warrant with Jean-Claude Van Damme, which I reviewed when I did my Van Damme marathon, where I reviewed pretty much all of his movies. They're still up on the channel for those interested. And Tony Todd has a role, but sadly he doesn't get to do much. He kind of is shown, but then I can't really remember many scenes afterward that he got any showcase. Just, oh, there's Tony Todd, and then, wow, okay, he doesn't get to do much. He's like part of security. I'm racking my brain to think of another big scene that he's in. Only the scene where he's introduced. So that's sad, because Tony Todd's a talented actor. That was a waste. Waste of a good actor. But yeah, he does these crazy things. He immediately during this auditorium, he kicks out 300 students because he's like, you guys take drugs, you're hoodlums, and kicks 300 out. Because he wants to have the other 2,700 safe and sound and have a chance. One parent gets pissed off about that, and there's a meeting, and he's talking about, well, you know what? The other kids, the good ones, they're going to be locked out of that American dream that you say on TV. Actually, he says that to the students. You're going to be locked out of that American dream. You see it on TV, and you thought that was easy to get. Well, it's not. There's this one little tiny subplot where this chubby kid, he wants back in, and he's crying. He have a cry fest, a bitch fest, and Morgan Freeman's character takes pity on him. You have this other kid that he knew from back then, and her and her mom are estranged, and he gets them back together again. Some hoodlums sneak in and cause a fight, so Morgan Freeman locks the doors, which is against fire codes, so he has to fight that. He makes the kids memorize the school song. If you don't, you're suspended. He gets the kids to clean up the graffiti of the school. Then when things still seem like they're not working, he gets the teachers actually involved with the students. And then some of the teachers fight back because they don't like how Morgan Freeman's treating them. So, like I said, it's not a movie I rewatch a lot, because there's a lot of these type of movies where the school system is not fulfilling their duty, and again, I would say the one thing that makes this stand apart from the others, number one, some of those are action films. The Principal, The Substitute, Class of 1984, Class of 1999. So I'm more drawn towards those because I'm an action guy. What can I say? But I did appreciate a good drama like this. And again, while everybody does a fine job, I do think the film would not have as much of an impact without Morgan Freeman's performance. I really do feel like he is the quarterback and the wide receiver of this movie, and he definitely carries it to the end goal. And by the end, it is a feel-good movie. It is a feel-good film. And it's like I said, it's based on a true story. Funny enough, there's a bit where he has a bat. You just call me Batman now. And of course, he would later be in Nolan Batman movies. But yeah, Morgan Freeman did a great job. John G. Avildsen, at times a very capable director. Sadly, after this, he did Karate Kid Part 3 and Rocky 5. And I don't hate Rocky 5 like I used to. I like the wordprint more, but it's not a great movie. You want to hear my thoughts? Feel free to watch my review of Rocky 5. I also ranted. I forgot I ranted on Karate Kid Part 3. That's a piece of shit. I love the first two Karate Kids. In fact, someone requested a commentary, and then someone else requested a review. So I will be doing a commentary and a review of Karate Kid Part 2, which is my favorite Karate Kid film. That'll be coming sometime soon. But Karate Kid Part 3, fuck. I didn't see the one he did, the Power of One. I think Steven Dorff in that. I didn't see that one. But I mean, he could be a very talented director, but man, it's like some of the stuff like, didn't he do that fucking one before this, years before this, called, it was like about a male stripper or something? A Night in Heaven. Yeah, I think it's like A Night in Heaven. Which I did see that film. I thought the trailer is kind of better than the movie. Mainly the song, I should say. The song in the trailer is better than the entire fucking movie. But anyway, this... If you want to see an 80s movie about, you know, a feel-good, uplifting movie where Morgan Freeman is a badass with a drill sergeant, drill instructor type of mentality, with a little bit of a preacher man, Martin Luther King type of, all rolled up into one as his principal. Everything else did fine. There's nothing really plot-wise that seemed so out of the blue or such a big shift in tone that it derailed the movie. There's different versions of the song Leon Me. There's the one at the class scene. Then when they're taking the test, there's the one I remember. And then there's a different version at the end credits. Yeah, Morgan Freeman definitely makes this film watchable. I don't mean that in a bad way. I just mean he's easily the best part of the movie. And if anyone remembers the movie, I think mainly it's going to be for Morgan Freeman's performance. And the rest of everybody else did their jobs fine. Perfectly fine. I wouldn't say there's anything story-wise that was remarkable or left a lasting impression, but like the little chubby kid, there's elements of his story that, you know, Morgan Freeman lets in, but then like the last 40 minutes, he doesn't really do anything except pop up like one or two scenes. He's the principal, yeah. There's one who mentions that she's pregnant, and then he's like, oh, it's going to be okay. But then I don't remember them doing really anything more with that. It seemed by the third, it focuses more about the fire doors being chained up. And then Morgan Freeman gets arrested. And then I guess the cops just let him go. Maybe there was a thing like, hey, we'll let you go if you let the crowd disperse and not cause a riot. And he's like, hey, you guys passed. And then I guess the cops let him go. I guess, yeah, a deal's a deal. So, Lean on Me, good drama. Great performance by Morgan Freeman. Feel-good movie. And worth a watch if you've never seen it. Definitely worth a watch. Rest in peace, director John G. Avildsen. Yeah, you might have made Karate Kid Part 3, but you also did Rocky, you did The Karate Kid, you did Karate Kid Part 2, and this movie. I haven't seen all the films he's done, but he's done some good ones. Although I did not like the Van Damme Inferno or Desert Heat. I ranted on that. I know a lot of people like Desert Heat. I don't know why. That's not a knock against anyone who likes it. I don't get it. But when I did my Van Damme marathon, I ranted on Desert Heat because I do not like Desert Heat at all. To me, that's one of Van Damme's, I almost want to say one of his worst ones. Or all I remember that movie is a lot of sand, desert, Danny Trejo, and Van Damme fucked someone. Maybe in the ass. I don't remember that part. But Desert Heat, yeah, whatever. with that said, this is definitely better than that. So thanks for watching. Take care. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.